I would like for the record that Garrett Grace did not say please to get put on this.
So noted. I will now make my own opening statement. I want to welcome you all to today's hearing. There's some surprising, at least to me, issues to be discussed and current challenges that this committee needs to take under advisement. As Congress looks to enact changes to trucking policy and the reauthorization upcoming, how to improve safety must be a guiding question, and I must say, new questions, new challenges, new statistics need to be explained. For example, truck crash fatalities jumped nearly 10% in 1 year between 2016 and 2017. I will have questions on that. I don't understand it. And these fatalities have increased 40% in the last 10 years since 2009. We clearly must do more to save lives. The federal government has no, and perhaps this has something to do with it, has no clear safety measurement system. The public does not have access to safety oversight data. The U.S. Department of Transportation has worked for over a decade to improve the system of safety oversight of trucking companies, but so far it has not translated the safety data it has collected into a way to measure, some meaningful measure that can help shippers and brokers and insurers and the traveling public understand which companies are safe and which companies are not. Currently, 86% of the industry, that's the overwhelming amount of the industry, has no safety rating. And many of the ratings in existence are so outdated that they are obsolete and no one should rely upon them. Congress needs to take action to get a handle on this problem and direct the U.S. Department of Transportation to finalize a safety fitness determination rule. We will also hear about an issue that I've tried to highlight for years, fixing the glaring omission in licensing rules that allows a new driver to obtain a commercial driver's license without a specific amount of behind-the-wheel training time required. DOT did issue a training rule in 2016, after 25 years, I should note, in which it had engaged in rulemaking, trying to get it right. And still, DOT failed to require a minimum number of hours behind the wheel. Why? What is the problem here? Providing robust training empowers drivers to be safe and confident on the road, and is an important way to attract quality drivers, and of course that is a major problem in the industry. We will also hear today that the trucking industry is increasingly losing drivers, and obviously for years now it's had trouble attracting drivers. This is not an occupation in which people want to engage, especially young people today, and we need to understand why and what to do about it. While some in the industry call for lowering the interstate driving age from 21 to 28, nothing to solve, and this certainly doesn't solve the underlying factors that thwart drivers, the industry from attracting drivers and keeping good drivers. That's probably wages and the really appalling working conditions that come with being a truck driver in our country today. There is a growing recognition that the way drivers are compensated by the load or the mile, not by the hour, is a problem. Drivers face increased pressure to deliver goods, although many factors on the routes are beyond their control. For example, congested roads and delays at shipper facilities. Segments of the industry are seeking exemption requests from Congress for additional on-duty time, but these requests focus on the ability for companies to squeeze more hours into the day. There is no mention that extra hours do not mean extra pay for millions of drivers in the industry. This, too, is something the subcommittee, which is responsible for oversight of hours of service regulation, needs to focus on for a solution, finally. I'm eager to hear about the future of the industry, and I particularly look forward to the strides that companies such as PepsiCo, which is testifying on the panel, have made to electrify and green their truck fleets. Technology and innovation continues to hold great potential to realize safety gains and to improve mobility in goods movement. But these gains can only be recognized if we find the right balance to protect consumers and drivers and workers in the industry while at the same time compensating innovation. The committee must play a strong role in sustaining, striking indeed, this balance. I also note that full automation is not right around the corner, exciting as this notion is. In the immediate term, technology is available to save lives, such as automatic emergency braking and collision warning systems, although these remain optional on trucks today. Finally, I would like to welcome Marianne Carth and Lois Durso, who have been dedicated safety advocates. In our audience today is Marianne Carth. I want to thank both of these women for their efforts to turn the tragic loss of their children in truck underride crashes, which we will also hear about today, into a force for good. I want to thank all of our witnesses. I will look forward to discussion about creative collaborative solutions that will elevate the state of the industry and improve the safety of trucks in the nation's in our nation today.